everyone. Welcome to Starrytime. I'm Miss Kit, and I'm so glad you could join me for Starrytime tonight. Why don't we get started by singing our hello song? I have my trusty ukulele with me, and I'm ready to say hello. You'll say hello, and I'll say hello, and we'll say hello together. You'll say hello, and I'll say hello in warm or wintry weather. You'll sing a song, and I'll sing a song, and we'll sing a song together. You'll sing a song, and I'll sing a song in warm or wintry weather. Well, it's time to talk about things that we can do when it gets warmer out. And one of those things is camping. I have a book called Campground, and it was written by Catherine Bascom, and it's all about using a tent and hiking in the woods. I like to camp outside. Look at that beautiful scenery. There's a tent and a canoe for using in the lake. Outdoors is a great place where you can be active. Active means running around and not sitting, right? Being active means not sitting around. A campground is a special place where we can stay outside overnight. There are more than 100,000 campgrounds in America. That's a lot of places to stay outside. Can you count how many tents there are here? Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 tents. Have you ever used a tent to sleep outside? It's really fun. The first thing we do is set up our campsite. We work together to put up our tent. You need to do that first, right? Set up your tent. Then when we go camping, we like to hike, to take nice long walks. Hiking is a fun way to learn about nature. And this person is using binoculars. Those are special things you can use to see far away, which is really fun to do when you're walking outside. You can see things that are really far away, like birds way up high in the trees or in the sky. We often go fishing when we camp. We can also play games like Tug of War. Have you ever played Tug of War, where you pull on the end of a rope and there's a bunch of people on both sides and you see who can pull the strongest, who can pull and pull and pull until the other side falls down. It's a fun game, Tug of War. Sometimes we go canoeing when we camp. I get to help paddle the canoe. You can paddle with these things right here. They're called oars also, either oars or paddles, but they help you steer your canoe in the water. We can learn about flowers and animals when we camp. There are special tools we use to help us learn more about nature. Look, they have a jar that they can look at bugs and things up close. Before it gets too dark, I help collect firewood. And then we build a fire. And a fire at the campground is in a circle of rocks to be safe. And look, they're toasting marshmallows and cooking their dinner probably before that. I don't know, could you start your dinner with marshmallows? Maybe when you're camping because it's special. I want to teach you the sign for camp. It's really fun to do. You take your thumbs and put them together, and you take your pointer fingers and put them together, and then, if you can, take your pinkies and put them together. So what does that look like? It looks like a tent, doesn't it? That's the sign for camp. And really the way you do it is you put your fingers together twice quickly. 1, 2. Camp. That's the sign for camp. Camp. Isn't that fun? Camp. All right, let's have another book about being outside and camping. This book is called Into the Outdoors, and it was written by Susan Gall. Look at those beautiful trees. And look, here's a picture of them loading up the car. Can you see what they have? All of this camping equipment, putting it into the car for the drive out to the campground. We're going camping. Leaving the city, down in the valley, we head up the mountain. Wow, look at how much stuff they have on the top of their car. We drive over a bridge and under the towering trees. Look at those tall, tall trees. They're way out in nature. At last, we arrive in the great outdoors. What else can you see in the great outdoors besides our friendly campers? What is this? Looks like a squirrel. And who's over here? A bear? And a little tiny fox, it looks like. And a little tinier chipmunk. I don't know if you can see that. It's very small. We pitch our tent among the trees and set off along the hiking trail. What color is that tent? That's right, it's green. And look, they've got all of their gear and they're setting off for a nice long walk in nature, a hike. The trail winds around the lake, all the way around the lake. And look who's watching. They're animal friends. Here's the chipmunk, here's the fox. It looks like a porcupine and a bear. And we walk across a sparkling stream. That's fun to do. Sometimes rocks in the stream can be slippery, can't they? We walk between some huge rocks. And we climb up to the very top of the mountain. But the eagle is higher still, soaring over our heads. Can you pretend to be an eagle and pretend to soar with your arms? Pretend you're flying over the mountains. On the way down from the mountain, we pass behind a tumbling waterfall. Have you ever seen a waterfall? All of this water tumbling down into the stream. And what's in the stream? Can you see swimming? Lots and lots of fish. Can you pretend to be a fish? I like doing that. Pretend I'm a fish. And we go through a grassy meadow. There's another animal in this picture. I wonder if you know what it's called. Can you see its big antlers? It's called a moose. That's a moose. So much to see in nature. When we return to camp, the sun slowly drifts behind the mountains. There's the sun going down, down, down. They're getting ready for bedtime at camp. Stars shimmer throughout the sky while we sit around the campfire. Are they roasting marshmallows too? A lot of people roast marshmallows when they're camping. Look at all those stars in the sky. As we climb into our tent, there's a bear waving goodbye. I think about chipmunk skipping down its hole, squirrel scampering up a tree, woodpecker settling into its nest inside the tree, duck tucking its bill under its wing, and porcupine snuggling inside its log. Everyone's getting cozy. Alongside each other, we dream our dreams. Don't they look snug in their sleeping bags? Dreaming their dreams. Beside the lake and beneath the moon, outside in the great outdoors. So much fun to go camping. Well, it's time for us to say goodbye, and you know how we always say goodbye at Starrytime with our little goodbye song that we always sing, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Ready? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Well, I'm so glad you could join me for Starrytime tonight. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will see you soon. Bye.